Dr. Mohammed Abu Namus escorted his family to the Rafah border crossing in the southern part of the Gaza Strip. They hope to use their Moldovan passports to reach safety as Israeli troops storm the northern part of the Palestinian territory. But Palestinians without foreign citizenship are not being allowed to leave. The doctor has made the difficult decision to stay behind and help them.
وللأسف الحرب جدا ضروس وشرسة جدا. ضروس وشرسة جدا، والهدف منها هي قتل الأطفال مش أكثر. قتل الأطفال والنساء مش أكثر. يعني إيقاع أكثر عدد كبير من الضحايا المدنيين.
1 month after war between Israel and Hamas militants broke out, Gaza's health ministry announced that the Palestinian death toll has surpassed 10,000. Israel's army said its fighter jets struck 450 Hamas targets in Gaza as troops seized a militant compound on November 6th. Gaza officials said the attacks brought the overall reported death toll on the Palestinian side to 10,022. As of November 7th, Israeli health officials said the death toll on their side was 1,400, with more than 240 captives of various nationalities held hostage by Hamas inside Gaza. The majority of the deaths in Israel happened on October 7th, the day Palestinian Hamas militants attacked the south of the country. Israel retaliated with missile attacks and later a ground invasion that destroyed parts of the Gaza Strip. Israel's first move was to impose a total blockade on Gaza. In place since October 9th, it has complicated efforts by the foreign media, humanitarian workers, and organizations like the UN to verify the number of casualties. The world has increasingly relied on a tally provided by Gaza's health ministry. Ministry employees insist that Hamas does not dictate the casualty figures. Hospital administrators say they keep records of every wounded person who occupies a bed and every dead body that arrives at morgues. They also say they call each other to double-check the numbers, despite communications disruptions related to the fighting. The health ministry also collects data from other sources, including the Palestinian Red Crescent, a counterpart to the Red Cross in Muslim-majority areas. Every few hours, the ministry releases casualty updates with a breakdown of the numbers of dead and wounded, as well as how many were men, women, or minors. In comparing Gaza's casualty reporting track record in past wars, death tolls reported by the ministry have been largely consistent with that of the United Nations, with small discrepancies. But the US, a strong ally of Israel, has criticized Gaza's numbers, saying they lack transparency.
The Israelis should be incredibly careful to be sure that they're focusing on going after the folks that are propagating this war against Israel. And it's against their interest when that doesn't happen. But I have no confidence in the number that the Palestinians are using.
A day after Biden's comments, Gaza's health ministry released its first detailed report on casualties, providing the names, ID numbers, ages, and genders of Palestinians it says have been killed. But concerns continue to grow over the accuracy of information from both sides. As the death toll in Gaza ticks upwards, UN leaders have demanded a humanitarian ceasefire.
Gaza is becoming a graveyard for children. Hundreds of girls and boys are reportedly being killed or injured every day. More journalists have reportedly been killed over a 4-week period than in any conflict in at least 3 decades. More United Nations aid workers have been killed than in any comparable period in the history of our organization.
But Israel has rebuffed such calls, saying hostages taken by Hamas militants during their rampage should be released before any ceasefire deal.